I just wanted to add a few quick words at the beginning of this video, as I do cover some more sensitive topics, including anorexia, obsessing over numbers, and counting calories. So if any of that affects you negatively, then I will be putting some resources in the description below, as well as I would actually consider not watching this video. Feel free to watch any of my other videos, and yeah, let's get into my weight loss journey.
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Alexis, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Interesting. I don't think I've ever filmed the intro that way, but hey, it worked. I'm gonna hate myself for saying it like that. So I just kind of wanted to talk about my own fitness and health journey a little bit. My weight loss journey, if you will, because for a good portion of that it was definitely centered around weight loss, but now it kind of isn't. Earlier this summer I actually started working out again more seriously, and I enjoy working out. It's just sometimes I just get into a rut where I just don't want to, and it's so easy to fall off the train. So much easier to fall off than to get back on. But for the majority of June I was actually working out, and then I decided that I was going to it was a 28-day program that I was doing, so naturally on the June 29th I was like, you know, I need a rest day, because I just did 3 days right back to back, and before that I had 3 days right back to back. And so I had worked out the last week more than I had worked out any of the other weeks. So I was going to take a day off, right? And then I decided that I was going to start some new program. I didn't know what I was going to start, but I decided that I wanted to start a new program. And then June 29th rolled around. Decided I didn't want to do anything. What's one more day of rest gonna do? I'll start on July 1st. I think I said June 29th. I mean the 30th. I'll just start, I'll start tomorrow, Yeah. I didn't do that. I even decided what I was going to do, and it is now July 15th, and I have not worked out since June 28th. Oops. So I actually filmed this whole video at the beginning of June, or mid-June or something like that, because I was going to talk about how I am going to embark on this journey of health and wellness, and how I wanted to just get healthier and stronger, and if I lost weight on that journey, which most likely I would, then that would just be a side effect, not necessarily the main goal. And then I got off the train. So this is the video where I'm saying I'm getting back on the train, and hopefully by me posting this I will actually do that for, accountability reasons. I was supposed to go on a run this morning. I was also supposed to go on a run Monday morning, and Friday morning, and last Wednesday morning, and the Monday before that. And did I? No, I didn't. I literally have running shoes that my dad got me for my birthday. So you would think that I would have gone on a run by now. But no, my excuse now is, oh my goodness, it's so hot. Of course it's going to be hot. It's July. Which is why I wanted to run it in the morning, when it was like in the 60s or low 70s. Did I? No. It's actually a really nice morning, except for it was raining, and so then because it was raining I decided I'm not going to run because it's raining. Anyway, back to my health journey, which is actually what this video is about, and I keep on going on tangents. This is my mind, I'm sorry. So I was always kind of sporty, partially because my dad actually made me join sports at a young age. I think in first grade or second grade, that was the time where I was at least by second grade involved in basketball and learning basketball. He was also my basketball coach for a little bit. About, I think it was fourth grade, I got into tennis. There was a little bit of time where I was really into swimming for a little bit, but I was really good at swimming. I'm kind of annoyed that I decided to quit, but it was also the time period where I was saying no to everything, so of course I quit. When my parents asked me, "Do you want to?" and I was like, "No, not really. I just want to be a lifeguard." I'm so annoyed at my younger self for that, but anyway, it's fine because I'm not as good now. Obviously, I've had years since the last time I had actually been training, kind of, for swimming, and really, I've been overweight for the majority of my life, so you can't really do that while being overweight. It just doesn't work as well. That, besides the point. So then, I think 4th or 5th grade, I started tennis. Really enjoyed that. Middle school, 7th grade? No. Middle school, I think in 8th grade, I didn't make the basketball team, and so then it was either 7th or 8th grade. And so then after that, I was just like, not doing basketball anymore. I'm pretty sure it was 8th grade. So, stopped doing basketball. Still doing tennis, though, and did that through freshman year. Then quit that, and then I did marching band, which should definitely be counted as a sport. Did marching band my sophomore year of high school, and then took a year off, and then senior year of high school. Then freshman and sophomore years of college, I did marching band. And so that is kind of activity-wise, like extracurricular, all that stuff, that's kind of what I was doing. But then I would also, in high school, I was still working out, although, just to be quite honest, I did not have a good view of my body. I don't even think, my view of my body, of course, right now is so much better than it used to be. It is to the point where I can at least recognize, like, I at least think I'm pretty, and I don't think on a daily basis that I'm ugly and fat and don't deserve love like I used to. So there's that. At one point it did get very unhealthy. So unhealthy. Mainly, like, by freshman year, that was probably my worst, freshman year of high school. That was probably my worst year of insecurity and just feeling really ugly and just fat and being down on myself for all that and just really hating my body. So that might be, I'm not really proud of some of the stuff that I did, obviously. Well, maybe not so obvious because I haven't actually talked about what exactly I did. So, well, trigger warning, I never was bulimic purely because I hated throwing up and because I read a book in middle school about how that would damage your vocal cords. And so I knew that that wasn't what I wanted because at that time I knew that I wanted to be a singer of some type. And so I started learning a little bit more about anorexia, and I knew that it's weird, it's really weird, because there was always a part of my brain that knew that I wanted to fight this, because I always saw my body as, like, at the end of the day, it's my voice. I have to keep my body healthy. But I did fall into not necessarily anorexia, but anorexic tendencies. I don't think I would count it as anorexia simply because it never lasted more than a couple of days before my brain was like, you don't have enough energy to sing. Get with it.
So I was really curious about whether or not it depends how long you've had these signs of anorexia for you to be labeled as anorexic. And so from everything that I could find, it does not. So I was anorexic, and even up until a couple of months ago, in July 2020 to be more specific, when I filmed this video, I was using the phrase anorexic tendencies to downplay my past actions, which is so beyond not being okay. And so I decided to go ahead and include all of it, including some stuff that you are about to watch, as I think it is not only important for other people to see what goes on in at least my brain and possibly other people's as well. But for me to, in a few years' time, when hopefully I progress even more, I can look back at this and say, oh my goodness, I've changed so much. This is hopefully the biggest reminder to me to keep on pushing towards recovery, because it is not linear, and I think this video is a good indication of that.
It never got to a point where it was so unhealthy that I think other people noticed. No one ever noticed, I don't think. But also, I don't think it ever got to a point where I definitely needed help, or, well, it never got to a point where I needed medical help. Maybe some psychological help that I never actually got. But I was able to heal a bit from actually just watching YouTubers and seeing their experience, and that's partially why I'm kind of putting out this video. It wasn't healthy, some of the things that I was trying to do. I lose weight pretty quickly when I actually do lose weight. My whole family actually can lose weight pretty quickly when we really put our minds to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're doing it in a healthy way. It got to a point where, honestly, if I hadn't lost 2 pounds in a day, I was really down on myself. And that would either mean that I would work out more that day and not eat a ton, so that the next day I would see the 2 pound weight loss. Because honestly, I knew that it was possible, so I didn't know why I wasn't seeing that every single day. And that's the only reason why that was my goal in my head, was 2 pounds a day. Because if you lose 2 pounds a day, then at the time I think I was only 100 pounds overweight, or maybe even less. So then that would mean that in less than 2 months I would be at my goal weight. That is extremely unhealthy, and for some reason in my mind I was totally fine with it, because I was like, oh, that's great, I can be there so quickly. I'm going to be there so quickly, because I knew that my body could do it. But obviously my body couldn't do that, and couldn't sustain 2 pounds a day, obviously. So then if I didn't get that, I would either starve myself and work out a little bit more, or if there had been a few days where I just plateaued and stopped losing as much weight, then I'd get really depressed and either stop working out completely and binge, or I starved myself. And then of course there were days that were normal, but those were getting less and less common. And that was middle school through freshman year. And then sometime during freshman year, during the tennis season, at one point I just decided I'm going to stop weighing myself. And that's the last time that I've weighed myself. Been almost 8 years. And I have to tell you, for me, that was the right decision. And I just personally think that for me, the scale is a trigger, and I know for a lot of people that it can be. So at this point, I've decided that I won't weigh myself anymore. I won't focus on that. So at the end of the day, I have no idea what my weight is. I haven't really truly known since freshman year of high school, and the last 8 years I have still been struggling, even though, obviously I'm not actually looking at my weight. But even in middle school and high school, I was counting calories, and that, again, there would be like days where I would be under 1,000. I had a relapse not that long ago. It was probably I kind of had a relapse in January for a hot second there, and there was a couple of days where I think I ate less than 500 calories. And you know what? Relapses happen. It's taken me to this point to really just be not necessarily okay that I fall back into some of those tendencies, but to be able to acknowledge that it is happening and quickly change back and start eating when I need to within a quicker time span. It's so weird to me just to think that over the years my own mind and thoughts have changed so much. I really didn't think I was going to get this emotional. But I do obviously love working out, and it's something that I don't plan on giving up. I do want to get back into working out, because when I am on a consistent workout schedule, I do notice that, well, most of the time, if I'm not focusing on calories and stuff like that, then I'm actually eating a decent amount and I'm fine. But, you know, there are some days where I like legitimately don't eat that much for whatever reason. Sorry if the lighting is getting all messed up. There's a cloud now going by the sun. Yay. But of course, it has taken me a long time to even acknowledge that I've had these problems in the past. And I have verbalized them sometimes. I've definitely had orthorexia, and that was something that, I did that in various different ways, as that was mainly just me trying to figure out how to have a proper vegan diet, which by proper I mean eating only sweet potatoes and, you know, freely and all that stuff. And yeah, I bought a little bit into that. Not too much, but a little bit. And so that was like junior year and senior year of high school. But of course, I don't think I will ever be 100% normal again and not worrying about how I look. But I just hope that it gets to a point where it's few and far between. I think it's just important to acknowledge that relapses do happen. Those times where you feel just really down on yourself, they do come back. Maybe not as often, maybe for not as long, but they do come back. And then of course, recovery isn't linear. It is most definitely a zigzag path. Oh my goodness. Some days will be better than others, and yeah, at this point I do want to lose weight, but I am still happier in my body today than I was 8 years ago. And I don't necessarily think that me being skinnier would just magically make me happy with my body. I know that won't be the case. I'm not going to be upset with myself if I do gain weight at any point. I'm not going to be upset if I lose weight, because at the end of the day, I don't know really what my weight is. I don't know if I'm making sense anymore. So yeah, I guess that's a little bit of my weight loss journey. It's really more of a self-acceptance journey. Don't think I've really gotten there yet. I also want to note that working out for me isn't all just to lose weight anymore. It is also just because I feel healthier.
So I just wanted to add really quickly before getting to outro this video that I likely will not be sharing any measurements, at least not for the foreseeable future, as I have used and abused those numbers in the past. So along with that, I won't be sharing any before and after pictures. That is just a personal choice of mine, as I just don't necessarily think that it would be beneficial for me and my recovery. Maybe one day I will start measuring myself again. Hopefully it will be in a healthier way, and of course I will let people know when I start doing that again. And I might even share some of those measurements. It's just right now I don't foresee that happening, so I would not expect that of me.
I think I'm going to end this one here. I really thought it wasn't going to end up being as serious as it is, but hey, like this video if you liked it. Comment if you feel so inclined. Comment whatever you want. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Not necessarily sure how much I'm going to post about this type of information. Hopefully you like my other content, so just subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.